Chosen one, listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you is not coincidence, not imagination, not a random spiritual whisper. There is a reason why your spirit has been restless these past few days, why your energy has felt heavier, sharper, more sensitive than usual. Something has been approaching you, quietly, insistently, like a cosmic tide rising in the dark. And now, we stand at the edge of it. November 26th, a date that is not just a day on a calendar, but a cosmic threshold, a divine alignment, a portal designed specifically for you. The universe has been preparing this moment long before you ever arrived on this earth. On this night before the revelation, everything in your life begins to vibrate at a different frequency. Time feels slower, intuition feels louder, and a strange knowing begins to awaken inside you. You can sense it. You can feel it. Something is coming. Something meant only for you. You have felt the pressure building for weeks. The emotional squeezing, the sudden waves of clarity, followed by heavy silence, the vivid dreams, the déjà vu moments, the conversations that felt too aligned to be ordinary. None of this was random. The universe uses tension the same way an archer pulls back a bowstring, not to break you, but to launch you. And November 26th is the moment the arrow leaves the bow. The cosmic energy right now is not gentle. It is sharp, prophetic, and precise. It has been reorganizing your inner world, stripping away illusions, exposing emotional truths you once buried. You may have felt distant from old relationships, detached from old versions of yourself, pulled towards something unknown. That was the portal preparing your soul. The universe has been tightening the frequency around you because a revelation cannot land in a distracted heart. It must land in a ready one. Chosen one, something inside you has been trying to surface for a very long time. A truth you sensed but could never fully articulate. A knowing you felt but could never fully explain. On November 26th, that hidden truth does not whisper anymore. It erupts, it rises, it steps into the light. This is the day when your inner self finally speaks with full authority. A memory may resurface. A realization may strike your mind like lightning. A sudden clarity may dissolve years of confusion in a single moment. This is not random enlightenment. It is the unveiling of something destined. This truth has been encoded in your soul since the beginning. All the nights you felt lost, all the days you questioned your path, all the moments you doubted your strength. They were not failures, they were contractions before the awakening. On this day, the veil lifts, and your truth becomes undeniable. As the revelation portal prepares to open, you will notice strange shifts around you. People who once drained your energy will fall silent. Old cycles will close abruptly. Conversations will feel different, heavier, more meaningful, more revealing. You may feel physically tired, yet spiritually awake, like your body is recalibrating to match a higher frequency. The universe is clearing obstacles with a precision you have never seen before. Doors that once resisted you will open effortlessly. Paths you once forced will collapse instantly. This is divine alignment reshaping your narrative. On November 26th, life stops negotiating with your excuses. It removes what cannot follow you into your next chapter and amplifies what is ready to grow with you. Everything you lose is protection. Everything that remains is purpose. There is a silence that moves differently from the silence you've known before. It is not the absence of sound. It is the shaping of a new reality. Chosen one, this silence arrives when your spirit is standing between two worlds, the life you have outgrown and the life you are preparing to walk into. It feels like being suspended in a soft, dim light where nothing is fully defined, yet everything feels strangely meaningful. You sense the shift, but cannot name it. You feel the change, but cannot explain it. This silence wraps around you like a cocoon, holding your energy in place while the universe rearranges what is coming next. You may notice yourself withdrawing, pulling away from crowds, conversations, and noise. It's not depression. It's not confusion. It's spiritual recalibration. Your soul is adjusting its frequency to match the revelation that is already traveling toward you. This quiet space may feel lonely at times, even a little unsettling, because your mind cannot logically reason what your spirit already knows. You may sit in your room and feel a weight in the air, a stillness that feels thick, as though the universe is deliberately slowing time just so you can linger with yourself a moment longer. Your emotions may wobble between deep peace and unexplained heaviness. You are not falling apart. You are being prepared. This silence is the energy that arrives right before a breakthrough tears open the sky. It is the moment the universe stops all external noise so you can hear the internal truth rising from within you. It feels like life has gone on pause, like your phone is quieter, your mind is quieter, your world is quieter. But inside that quiet, something ancient is waking up. You are hearing yourself in a way you haven't heard in years. This silence is not empty, it is sacred. And chosen one, the most powerful transformations do not begin with fireworks. They begin with this stillness. They begin with the breath you didn't know you were holding. They begin with the pause that feels strange, but necessary. This silence is the womb of your awakening. It is the cradle of your next identity. It is the space where the old version of you slowly loosens its grip and the new version gathers strength. On November 26th, this silence does not fade. It breaks open. It cracks like dawn breaking over a long, dark horizon. It releases the revelation that has been forming behind the scenes of your life. When this silence finally shatters, everything that emerges will be clearer, louder, sharper, more aligned than anything you have ever experienced. This is the silence before your destiny speaks, and when it speaks, your entire path will transform. Look back on the past week. No, chosen one. Look back on the past few days, the past few hours, even the past few moments. The signs have been everywhere, woven into your reality with a precision that is impossible to deny. You may think you've simply been noticing strange coincidences, but there are no coincidences when a revelation portal is preparing to open. Repeating numbers, flashing at the exact second, your mind drifts into deep thought. A familiar song playing at the precise moment you question your path. A random message from someone you haven't spoken to in years, arriving exactly when your spirit feels unsettled. Dreams that felt too real to be dreams, thoughts that weren't yours, but felt like they came from a higher intelligence. These are not accidents. These are not illusions. These are cosmic hints, breadcrumbs from the universe, guiding you toward the truth that has been waiting to reveal itself. Synchronicities increase when your spirit and the universe begin vibrating in the same frequency band. It's like your entire reality becomes a conversation, and suddenly everything around you starts speaking. You may notice patterns forming in your daily routines, seeing the same word, the same symbol, the same number sequence more times than you can logically explain. You may feel nudged to take a different route home. You may run into someone who delivers a message without even knowing they're doing it. You may overhear a conversation that answers a question you never asked out loud. That is how the universe communicates when a divine revelation is approaching. It does not shout, it aligns, it synchronizes. It shapes the timing of your world so that nothing is random and everything is intentional. Every sign you have seen lately is part of a cosmic code, a signal that your soul has reached a point of readiness. And chosen one, when November 26th approaches, these signs do not just appear, they intensify, they begin overlapping, they begin stacking, they begin surrounding you with a level of precision that forces you to pay attention. This is what happens when a portal prepares to open. The universe compresses meaning into moments. It aligns your timeline so tightly that even the smallest event carries a message. You feel pulled towards certain thoughts, certain decisions, certain emotions without understanding why. You feel guided, almost escorted, toward a truth that is forming in the unseen. Synchronicities are the universe's way of saying, you are close. They are confirmation that your spirit is awake enough, strong enough, and aligned enough to receive the revelation that is coming. So do not dismiss what you've been experiencing. Do not ignore the signs that have been following you like shadows, the sudden chills, the intuitive pulls, the flashes of knowing, the moments when your heart beats faster for no apparent reason. These are all signals. These are all indicators that your energy is shifting into a higher dimension. And as November 26th draws near, the universe is making one final truth clear. You are ready. You are tuned in. You are aligned. The revelation portal does not open for those who resist their evolution. It opens for those who are spiritually synchronized with their destiny. And chosen one, all the signs have been saying the same thing. You are prepared for what is about to be revealed. When the portal activates, chosen one, something ancient inside you begins to stir. Not softly, not subtly, but with a deep, unmistakable force. It is the awakening of a memory you never learned, yet somehow always carried. A truth that lived beneath every heartbreak, every breakthrough, every silence, every storm. On November 26th, this truth rises from the deepest corners of your spirit, pushing through layers of doubt, fear, and forgotten identity. You may feel a sudden emotional shift, like a wave of clarity washing over your mind without warning. You may feel a warm pressure in your chest, as if something inside you is expanding, stretching, reawakening. It is your soul remembering its own blueprint. The blueprint that existed long before you ever took your first breath in this lifetime. This remembrance comes in ways that are both subtle and overwhelming. You may suddenly understand why you walked certain paths, why you loved certain people, why certain lessons were carved into your heart. The struggles that once felt unfair begin to make sense. The pain you thought was pointless suddenly feels purposeful. Every challenge, every delay, every betrayal begins to align like pieces of a cosmic puzzle, revealing a bigger picture. This is not imagination. This is inner recognition. Your soul is connecting dots your mind was never meant to see until now. You stop blaming yourself for what you didn't know. You stop apologizing for who you are becoming. You stop shrinking to fit into spaces that were never designed for your destiny. This remembrance is powerful because it frees you, not gradually, but instantly. On November 26th, you step into a frequency where you no longer think that you are chosen. You know it, you feel it, you embody it. Something shifts in your intuition, becoming sharper, louder, more authoritative. You begin to trust your inner voice without hesitation, because it no longer feels like a guess. It feels like guidance. You feel a surge of confidence that does not come from ego, but from alignment. Your spirit stands taller. Your energy becomes clearer. Your boundaries strengthen effortlessly because remembering who you are automatically reveals who you are not. This is the moment your inner compass snaps back into place after years of drifting. You realize that you were never lost. You were simply being led toward the moment of remembrance that arrives on this day. And chosen one, this remembrance is not temporary. It is not a momentary rush of inspiration that fades. It is a permanent shift in identity. It is your soul reclaiming its throne. You begin to see yourself differently, not through the lens of wounds, but through the lens of destiny. You begin to walk differently, with intention, with presence, with a quiet but unshakable power. You begin to feel connected to something larger, something divine, something designed. This day marks the return of your true self, the self that always existed beneath the noise, beneath the doubts, beneath the expectations the world tried to place on you. On November 26th, your soul stands up fully, clearly, unquestionably. And in that remembrance, your entire life begins to transform. Because once you remember who you truly are, nothing and no one can ever make you forget again. Do not be surprised if you cry on this day. Do not question if you suddenly feel a heavy emotional release. Tears may come, old memories may rise. Your heart may feel like it is expanding and breaking at the same time. This is not weakness. This is the breaking of your former timeline. When a revelation enters your life, the old version of you must dissolve. Your spirit is cleansing itself of everything it carried for too long. The disappointments, the heartbreaks, the betrayals, the self-doubt, the false identities. This emotional release is not random. It is the cracking open required for transformation. On November 26th, your spirit purges what cannot survive your elevation. When the tears stop, you will feel lighter, clearer, more aligned, because the weight you carried for years will finally be gone. This day changes the way you see everything, and the shift begins with the people around you. When November 26th arrives, your perception sharpens in a way you cannot control. You start sensing truth beneath every interaction, every tone, every silence. You begin recognizing who genuinely resonates with your evolving frequency and who has been holding you back without even realizing it. Those who drain your energy will reveal themselves effortlessly, not through conflict, but through clarity. You may suddenly feel distance from people you once felt close to, not because of anger, but because your spirit no longer fits the emotional space you once shared with them. At the same time, those who carry pure intentions, those whose presence strengthens your peace, will feel even more aligned, more connected, more important. Your heart begins to rearrange its loyalties in real time. Your purpose, too, becomes harder to ignore. There will be a moment on this day when something inside you shifts, a tightening, a realization, a sense of inner authority rising. You begin to understand why certain opportunities never worked out and why certain doors closed before you were ready. You see how every detour shaped your intuition, how every disappointment sharpened your vision, how every challenge carved the strength you're now stepping into. This day pulls hidden ambitions out of your soul and places them in front of you like a mirror. You begin to see the version of yourself you were meant to become, not the version you were pressured to be. Your intuition becomes louder, directing you toward choices that once felt risky but now feel inevitable. Your goals may shift, your priorities may change, and your sense of direction becomes more precise than it has ever been. As this shift unfolds, your boundaries become unshakable. You stop entertaining conversations that drain your spirit. You stop allowing people to access you out of habit rather than alignment. You stop making yourself small just to preserve connections that were never meant to follow you into your next chapter. This is not coldness. This is evolution. This is your energy, choosing what is real. On November 26th, your relationships, your dreams, your habits, your emotions, they all reorganize themselves around who you are becoming, not who you used to be. You walk differently, you choose differently, you respond differently. And for the first time, you feel the universe moving with you instead of around you. This is the cosmic shift in your destiny. This is the moment your life stops reflecting your wounds and begins reflecting your truth. You stop settling, you stop shrinking, you stop doubting your path, because now, chosen one, you can finally see it. And then it happens. The moment your energy clicks into place, the moment the universe reveals what you were always meant to see. This revelation may come as a sudden realization, a message, an opportunity, a shift, a feeling, a moment of clarity that changes everything. But it will come, and when it comes, you will feel it in your chest, in your intuition, in the deepest parts of your being. The veil lifts, the path appears, the confusion dissolves. On November 26th, you step into a new frequency, a higher timeline, a stronger reality, a more aligned version of yourself. This is not symbolic, it is literal. A portal opens and you walk through it. From that moment on, nothing will ever be the same. Once the revelation lands, your entire life begins to shift. Your decisions become sharper, your direction becomes clearer, and your confidence becomes unshakable. Opportunities that once seemed distant suddenly feel reachable. Ideas flow effortlessly. People who are part of your future begin appearing. The universe responds to your energy instantly. This is what alignment feels like. This is what destiny feels like. Your new timeline is not built from chance. It is built from clarity. And this clarity arrives on November 26th like a floodlight, illuminating everything you were meant to become. You are no longer the seeker. You are the awakened. You are no longer the wanderer. You are the guided. Destiny walks with you now. Chosen one. When November 26th ends, you will not be the same person who woke up that morning. Something inside you will have shifted permanently. The revelation you receive will echo through the rest of your life. You will feel more connected to your purpose, more aligned with your path, more aware of your power. This portal is not temporary. This awakening is not fleeting. It is the beginning of a new version of you, a version that the universe has been shaping quietly, carefully, deliberately. This is your moment. This is your activation. This is the day your hidden truth awakens and your destiny finally steps forward. Walk into November 26th with an open heart, a clear mind, and a courageous spirit. The universe is ready to reveal what has been waiting for you. And when it does, your entire life transforms.